Hey, see you in church. Hi, this is Manuel. Don't forget to subscribe and put the little hi. I decided I want to talk about one thing that's always bothered me since I was a child. Um, Everybody always tells you when you're something's going wrong and blah blah blah, call the police. They'll help you and whatever. Well, as a child, I watched and I listened. I was always really curious. I had the tendency to ask questions. And I watched when I was younger the mentality of the police. And I was never comfortable with the police. To this day, I'm not. The police have always said stupid stuff. I know there's good cops, there's bad cops. Everybody are always telling me that, but in reality, I only found the bad. Um, when I was younger, we had a neighbor moving into where I lived, and they moved their products into the home. I guess maybe went to go dinner or something, and we saw someone move in, drive their truck in, and started to steal. We called the police. After 3 hours, they showed up. The criminals were gone. We gave a description to the cops. The cops were as useful as usual, not. Then they started driving away. As they turned on the crossroads to go east, the criminals drove back up and started stealing some more. We call the police. We tell them that the officers are at the new crossroads on Central. They can come back and catch them. All you have to do is radio them. They can turn around. They'll have the criminals. Well, after 3 hours again, the police show up. Useless. So that's been the storyline throughout my whole life. We call the police. Well, actually, I don't call the police. I know they're useless. My mom calls the police. They come 3 hours later. We get a written number for insurance, and that's it. Um, my one brother was the big drama in the family. The police come and get him. They would slam his head into the top of the roof of the car. I see the abuse, the stupidity of the police left and right. I go to high school and I was part of the marching band and have the police turn their siren on while we're practicing our parade walk in a alley. Well, not alley, it's a street, but nobody's using it. And they run their police car right through us. And when they get through us, they turn off the siren. And I saw police officer slam a student's face on the floor. His teeth fall out. On and on and on. It got to the point where we signed a petition in high school to get rid of the police. They were the problem. We were supposed to be one of the most Dangerous schools. Well, yeah, we were. We had criminal police. They were the problem. There were no riots. There was no one fighting. So far as I knew, I never saw it. The big bad wolf was the police. So when I got older, I started working with a group, and we started helping, taking care of children while parents were at work. And then we would send them home, and they gathered us up with a bunch of police officers and a district attorney and blah blah blah, a group, so they could talk to us. So they thought, well, let's go get a Hispanic group. I'm Hispanic, and so was the group I was with. There's a couple of whites and black in our little group that we were working with, and I was not paying attention. I was, I heard what they were saying, but I wasn't interested. And finally, the police officer said to me, um, "Are we boring you?" I said, "No, you're not boring me. It's a bunch of bull. All you guys do is talk a bunch of bull. One, you police officers, I've never seen you do anything but harass. Two, district attorney, all you're doing is putting the innocent in jail. I've seen you guys go after certain people, and I knew who the criminal was, but never had any of you police officers come through trying to get a real eye on what really happened. So you're not interested. You're just trying to put somebody in jail so you don't have to do any more work. You don't care if they're guilty or not." I said, three, the judge, he doesn't ask them if they're doing their job. He just there waiting for whoever to go spill a bunch of beans, and then you're just interested in putting someone else away. That's all you are. And then the police officer says, "Well, then when some drama comes, you're not going to be calling the police then, huh? You don't need us." I said, "Exactly. Didn't you just hear me? Don't need you. Call you. You don't come. 3, 4 hours later, you make an appearance. We don't need you at that point." I said, "Thank God the ambulance systems and medical isn't run by you, because then you just have a whole bunch of dead people, and you might as well just send out the morgue to pick up a body." And I told them like that. I said, "Don't feel big, because it's really sad that we do feel that way. And you don't see people here. Everybody's nodding their head. Yeah, that's true. That's a bad thing. It's not a good thing." And to this day, that was when I was around going to be 18, maybe. I think it was more like 16. We had that conversation. And the thing, it hasn't gotten any better. It's actually gotten a little worse with the police. Now the police are out hurting people left and right, and you have people now having to say Black Lives Matter. All lives matter. Not just black, all lives matter. And if we all got together, we could force our government to make the police department part and do their job. Take care of us, not allow all these people being killed. This is ridiculous. It has become a joke. The police are no longer doing their job. Well, actually, they never did their job, to be honest with you. We need them to start doing their job. Finding the real criminals. Doing something. We see them do that on TV, and I wish it really did work that way, but it doesn't. Police officers are more interested in walking around and harassing people. I crossed the street when I was younger because I was working at night, and the light turned green. a bunch of criminals were coming towards me going, hey, hey, hey. And I went across. The light was green, but the walk sign changed. And then the light turned green going the other way, and I walked that way right where the police officer was standing. And he says, I should give you a ticket because you walked on a red light. I said, I'm sorry, sir. Go ahead and write that damn ticket, officer. I said, but the light was green. What changed was the walk sign. And those guys were screaming, A. By the time you would have walked following the right color of lights, I would have been dead and they would have been gone because you wouldn't have gotten to me. I said, I'd rather you write me a ticket and me be alive and able to pay for it than me still standing on that corner while they stab me to death and you're crossing by the light colors. He shut the hell up and I continued walking home. Drama, drama, drama. If you look at it, no matter how you see it, a lot of drama, a lot of stupidity, and it's always by the police department. As useful as a hemorrhoid, or hemorrhoids are probably more useful. Anyway, like I said, there's always a good cop somewhere. And when I see sad families, I feel for them. For the police officer, oh, no, I don't feel nothing for them. All I ever seen was them hurt people. Constant hurting people. That's all I've ever seen. But what can I say? Hopefully someday they'll learn their job. Anyway, I hope to see a high sign or that you've became one of my friends. So, I'll see you in church. AA, see you in church. Bye.